gap, it's going to be a very big boost. I mean, that's another way to wrestle the power out of the ruling class. I mean, it's not enough for us to mobilize and we'll do some kind of march for whoever that is there in solidarity and all of those things. What are we doing to support our own? For instance, those of them who are willing to take shots in the state assembly seats, what are fellow youths doing to support them, right? So to a very large extent, we are also our own problems, right? Okay. Because I've also heard some youths say, I mean, so person had those so position and he could not really show capacity in leadership. But you forget that a lot of things determine capacity in leadership.
And I'm actually glad you talked about, capacity, because the next question I'm going to be asking has something to do with capacity. But before I ask you that, so if you're just listening, just joining in right now, this is Today's Hustle. And we are talking about the International Youth Day, IYD. It was yesterday, but our conversation is staring towards that line, and we have some individuals from African Youth Union Commission River State chapter, and we are asking you, do you have questions for them first of all, and any suggestions or thoughts to share? But we're asking you simple questions. Can the youth have an enabling environment in Nigeria for them to thrive? Do you think we have a very great environment for youth to thrive? And if at all they have, what is the possibility that they are capable enough, to man some of those positions? The numbers to call 0817 0000951, 0810 951 951. The numbers again, 0817 000951, 0810 951 951.
We have a message portal. Do send your messages to 0701 9339 962, 0701 9339 962. And yes, we are on social media. Please go on and drop your comments on Twitter at Today95.1, and then you go to Facebook and drop your comment. Today95.1 FM. We have African Youth Union Commission representatives from that, the state coordinator and the state director of political affairs. Ask your questions. Today95.1 FM.
Yes, good afternoon, 91.1 FM. My name is Ifai. I'm calling you from Romanian.
Okay, Ifai, go on, please.
Yes, my young man in the office, good afternoon.
Yeah, he's greeting you. Good afternoon.
Yes, you see, this body we talk about, the youth we are talking about, my brother, please, I would advise you should leave the people you have worked with. Try to know some people, some other youth that you have never known from the grassroots. I don't think youth believe that there's any youth union, organization, or any platform for youth at all in the government. It doesn't ring bell at all. My brother, go to the grassroots so that you'll be able to see the kind of youth you need to talk about in terms of youth. Those people, you cannot even bring them on air to come and to know them and know what they are passing through. The youth, I believe, people are talking about is the one that is being recognized by government, and also that is being exposed to all of you that is also working hand in hand with government.
But I didn't ask government to recognize me. If I'm getting, hold on. If we're getting any recognition because we actually worked for it.
Go to the grassroots.
But that's what I'm saying. You are making it look like you are making it look like some youths are quite just privileged.
Excuse me, please. You see, for instance, now we have a uniport within the university community. We have uniport in Alo, Choba, that is close to Alo, Choba, and all that. There are so many graduates that is being produced from by this school. If you go there, they don't even know that they upon their graduates, they cannot even find their way around that youth. And somebody is there saying he's representing youth from Africa and all that. Why the main youth we are talking about is in the grassroots suffering.
All right.
You people should try and reach those ones in the grassroots. Let's know where your
But should that job be left for just the youth alone? You as a Nigerian, from the way you've spoken, you sound concerned. What efforts have we made as a people to ensure we get in touch with those people you're talking about?
My brother, I'm even telling you that I'm one of them.
Yeah, and exactly, and you sound concerned and you're talking about it.
Sorry?
And that's what I'm saying. You sound decent, you understand the issues, and you understand what the problems lie.
Okay. Can you fix a date with me in your office while I'm coming from the...
But I'm doing my role, and these individuals I have in the studio, they are doing their roles as well. They've been able to reach out to some youths, and I'm saying that should we leave it? Should we make it a job of myself and their job instead of yours? Shouldn't you be involved?
My brother, I have a lot. I know. Let me not say I have a lot of people. I know a lot of people that are supposed to participate in this.
Have you reached out to any of them?
Sorry?
Have you reached out to any of them?
Please, can you just let me talk to one of them, sir, because we are maybe here.
All right. Just keep listening. Thank you very much. But we have to pick other calls, all right? Thank you very much.
Yes.
No, but I have to go on, all right? Thank you so much. But just keep listening.
I'm listening and I'll keep calling also.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Lawson. I'm calling from Yenagua.
All right, Lawson, talk to me.
Seriously, if the youth are thinking that the elders will just carry the power and everything and give to them and say, yeah, youth, lead the country, I think they are mistaken. If that's what they are thinking. Now, they are pushed for the not too young to run bill and all that. It has been passed and signed already. It is now left for them to bring themselves together, put themselves together, organize themselves, and look for platforms where they will contest. This is the time now to show popularity. This is the time now for them to go out there and begin to tell Nigerians what they can do for the country and then put themselves up for elections.
And they even have, they have the population to win an election also.
That is what I am saying. They have the population on their side. So it is for them now to go out there and look for platforms where they will contest. You understand?
Okay.
So sitting down and looking for affirmative action, looking for a percentage for people to just say, okay, this percentage is for youth, or for people to say, okay, these funds are free. No. You see, let me tell you one thing. For you to go into politics, it costs money anywhere in the world, even in America. In fact, in America, if you don't have money, you can't even contest. You can't contest. So this is not a situation where you must have money to go into elections.
All right, thank you very much.
They should organize themselves, and then put themselves, look for platforms and contest.
All right,
look for money. They can raise money.
All right,
honestly,
then.
there are so many.
I need to go on. Thank you very much.
What I expect them to do, not to sit down and begin to cry with a plate in hand.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, Today95.1 FM.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
This is Mr. Zion.
Mr. Zion, talk to us.
I want to appreciate the young people in the studio there. Thank you for coming.
All right.
And
Thank you.
This so-called youth thing. Initially, they asked for not too young to run bill, and they gave it to them. Is it not so? Now they are still asking for appointments again. What kind of a lazy idea and lazy thought is all this one?
How do you mean lazy?
It's very lazy. It's too weak. Oh, they should come and give us appointments.
No, I'm asking you, Mrs. Zion, tell me how it is lazy. We are here to learn about this.
They are like lions who are begging to eat grass instead of eating edible animals in the desert or in the jungle. They should go up and get a political structure. If they have 70% voting strength in Nigeria, then they have conquered everywhere. The youth in Nigeria are too lazy. They just want to sit down and give them food to eat. Okay, if they have given you an opportunity to have a bill, a legal framework to guide you, why don't they get a structure, mobilize all the youths, go to their Fenifere, the youth wing, go to Ahaneze, youth wing, go to IYC, youth wing, go to INC, youth wing, go to Obakwekwere, youth wing.
Mr. Zion. Mr. Zion, the youths in the studio, they are just one group out of many. So I want to believe you are talking about the whole youth in Nigeria.
The things they have spearheaded a course. They are like the shooting arrow in the creek now. So they should run with that vision. Not sitting down and say governor should give us appointment as a commissioner for youth appointment.
All right.
No, it doesn't work that way.
All right, thank you very much.
Except they take a structure, either to form a political party or align with a existing political party with a youthful ideology.
All right.
And let them run, pack the whole youth in Nigeria into it. Tell me if they will not achieve it. For instance, before I leave the floor, if they make somebody maybe like Two-Face or Maya or one of these superstars already there, work with such people to gather the whole. It's very easy. Go to Nollywood. Go to the music.
Oh yeah, I need to
All
go,
right.
Mrs. Amanda.
Okay,
Thank you
Mr.
very
Zion,
much.
thank you so much.
You want to react?
Yeah, I have a couple of reactions. I mean, it's surprising to hear get calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising to get calls of, from people and they speak as if they are in different clan, right? We are talking about Nigeria, where there is an institutional injustice prepared to make sure that young people do not rise to prominence. Let me start with the first caller. He talked about going to the grassroots and meet these people. These things don't just work out of the blues. You go to the grassroots to talk to people. If there are no financial incentive, you won't even get an attention from young people.
From the youth.
From fellow
where should
youth.
that's what I'm saying. So they're asking where should the incentive coming should be coming from?
So yeah, we're getting to that. First, there needs to be a change of consciousness among young people. There need to be a change of direction, a change of focus, changing the narrative of how things used to be to how things ought to be. Because these people, he said one of the callers was like making statement like, the youths are lazy, they should go out there and fight for it. You can't fight the authorities. So you diplomatically engage authorities to bend policies that support your ideas. So at the moment, the status quo as it is in Nigeria today don't support youth ideology, youth-driven leadership. Forget about what you see in the, you see in the media, the dailies, the Not Young to and all those things are just, are we even supposed to be having such a view if things ought to go in the right way? So despite what effort you make, like most persons maybe stay in the studio and listening out, they think that we are paid by some persons to be here. That is not true. We are making our own little sacrifice to ensure that youth gets oriented in the right direction. I just talked about youth supporting themselves, right? You see a young person like you running for social office, but you will talk to a youth, please, I need you to support social person. The first person will ask you, is what food has he put on my table? He doesn't have money. You keep selling your votes and then you come back after the whole of the tenor to cry that leaders are not doing well. You do that. So on our own part, fellow young people should look beyond having incentive. If it's about incentive, people like Leovatra couldn't have become prime minister.
Okay. Now, when we talk about youths, one major question that comes up is, are they ready? And when we talk about readiness, we look at those youth leaders. How well have they carried the grassroots, those at the grassroots, along?
Okay.
We have so many NGOs, lots of them, especially youth-based NGOs. We have millions of them in institutions. We have so many of them even at local grounds and all that, at local levels. How well have they carried themselves along for one champion's cause? Because we see the youth fighting for the environment, we see them fighting for different causes, but political causes, we don't see them fighting for that most times. Really, we hardly see youth organizations fighting for political causes, political space, national interest and all that. We hardly see them doing that. So is it that they're afraid or something? Or I stand to be corrected?
Okay, on political space, for instance, so imagine a youth a youth body pushing for a particular young person in Nigeria to become a president of the country, and then you gather maybe to have your meeting, and suddenly you get security report maybe saying that such gathering did not go through the right processes and all of those things. Somewhere in Anambra State, I was there for a campaign for a young person, and on one of our engagement with security operators, they were like asking, they see us like touts, they see us like, maybe we are going for an going on assassination mission, right?
But some would say you wouldn't really blame them considering the precedent.
Exactly the point I'm trying to make. There is an institutional flaw in Nigeria, and until the leadership makes it right, until there is a bill in the National Assembly that make it a law that governance should recognize social percentage of young people in leadership, you cannot comfortably and consistently have young people running for political offices.
Okay, but some would say that even if you give them that opportunity, just like the leaders we have right now, they were youths at some point on that floor, on the leadership floor.
Okay.
So before they climb to that point, they wouldn't be youths anymore.
Trust me, if Nigeria was still under military regime, young people will be leading. Those times we had youth leaders, the likes of General Gowon, the likes of General Aguironsi, when Obasanjo won, these people had agility in them. They had strength in them. They were hungry for power. So, as it is in every military dispensation, if we cannot get it through the right means, we can have a coup. So, some of these scholars, I think that young people are lazy and they cannot engage the system. Are they indirectly calling for youth to go, to engage the powers of the guns in order to get hold of power? No, it can't work because we're in democracy, right? So what we need to do as young people is to see first, have that belief that young people can do it. And by the way, you can't fault a man's ability to do something when you've not given him the opportunity to do.
I'm actually going to go back. Right. Yeah, I'm actually going to go back to the phone because I'm going to take messages. Okay. Trying to wrap up some of these thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something you pointed out about an institutional failure. But some would say if truly we've heard about stories of how there could be a deliberate plot by those up there to ensure that the youth are perpetually sidelined.
Yes.
But we've seen situations where the youth came together and they pushed the cause, which of course probably you don't really see any meaning in it. They're not too young to roll. They pushed that cause till it came to fruition.
Very true.
Go along with me on this line of thought. If they're able to achieve that feat, what is the possibility of ensuring I use that word deliberately, to twist the hands of those political juggernauts who you claim have deliberately planned on perpetually alienating the youth? Wouldn't that be a possibility of twisting their hands to give the youths an entrance into whatever sphere, in leading this nation forward?
I think the possibility clearly exists, right? And the only way you can do that is through the ballot box. That is why we keep calling for young people to get registered, to get your PVC and prepare yourself for elections, right? But in this case, preparing yourself for election does not really mean coming to sell your PVC, to vote someone. When young people volunteer to run for offices, first give them your support. Stand by them. Do not begin to compare financial, gap and ability to fund or, giving money for all of. They can't afford that. As Nigeria is today, no young person can comfortably afford that. That's on one hand. On the other hand, political parties should also make the fund. My partner talked about the fund of getting these forms. Where the hell can a young person afford 11 million naira to get a governorship ticket?
But that's what we are saying, talking about doing all of this.
Okay.
You don't expect them to do it on their own. Like I said, again, you must twist their hands.
So twisting their hand here would mean, for instance, supporting one of your own. That is the best way to do it. Considering everything in the status quo right now, when young people they don't need to attain the leadership position. That is so blown up for you to give them your support. If you have a young person running in your area and the person has fulfilled the requirement for an election in his own little capacity, give the person a chance. You can't judge a man whom you did not give a chance to serve.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Now let's take some messages before we go on to take some few calls before we wrap up. We have Nzeo Kunkwa saying, "Good day to you all. Are we sure that defection?" Okay, that's not for us. Happy International Year of the Youths. Any youth that wants to lead should start early to show leadership join a political party, and start contributing ideas, time, and resources to rise through the ranks. That's all. Zokonko, thank you so much for that. We also have from E. Emeka. He says, I suggest youth should form a political party. Zig did it in 1930 and 40s when youths formed coalition and came out with the NCNC. Thank you so much, E. Emeka, for that. And we have Chike. Okay. Please tell your guest that Joseph Wayes became Senate President at 34 in 1979. Chike. All right. Thank you so much for that one. We will take a few calls before we wrap up.
All right. Hello. Hello. Can you speak up so we can hear you?
Yeah, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
You're sounding very faint. Please do call back. Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, I am Mufasa and I'm calling from...
Mufasa, you have to do this in 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll try my best. I want to, first of all, congratulate the young people in the studio.
Thank you.
I think Joseph
Thank you very much.
Somebody I know personally. I was Eleco chairman when he contested for director of social events of Port Harcourt. But that's by the way. You see, like what some previous scholars have said, you don't just give it to people. You know, you need to first of all develop that strong desire to accomplish and the capacity to deliver as a young man. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Of course, Emmanuel Macron and some other individuals that he has rightly mentioned in the studio, they didn't just go to their houses to, wake them up to come and, collect these things. We need to take it. But most often than not, what you see these youth they do these days is, they've turned themselves into political hallelujah boys and...
All right, I need to go.
And all that.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah.
We get your point, Mufasa.
Okay, so what I'm saying that they need, before you want to venture, you need to build a reputation.
All right.
First of all, build a reputation so that people want to identify with you as a human being.
All right.
Before they start looking into your youthfulness or vigor.
All right, thank you very much.
All right,
thank you
thank
very
you.
much. And just before we wrap up, final thoughts. Basically, as we celebrate Youth Day, do you think the youths have the capacity to lead?
Yes, the youths will have the capacity to lead. For the Not Too Young to Wrong bill has been passed. It is now our own turn to do our own part for us to get to the leadership position.
Okay.
First, you have to identify yourself as a political party.
Yeah.
Get actively involved.
Okay.
Do your grassroots work, and then come out. You also get the support of your fellow
Youths.
youth.
Yes.
And for other youths there too, when you see your a youth like you coming out for a big work like this, you have to support them, because even an organization, if you're doing a seminar and you invite this youth, please come for a social seminar, they will ask you, did they share money there?
Okay.
If they are not sharing money, they will not come.
All right. So your last words, please.
Yeah, it's very simple. Young people all over Nigeria should pool their resources together and support fellow young person to lead in leadership positions. I mean, there is no way you will get there if you do not support one of your own.
All right.
Everybody has capacity to lead if you give them a chance to lead.
Okay, thank you so much, Comrade Atisi Fa and Tene, and we have Comrade Joseph Iyama. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay,
Thank you so much.
So yes, they were the state coordinator and the state director of political affairs, African Youth Union Commission. So yes, join us tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of Today's Hustle. It's been a wonderful time, and my name is Daisy.
My name is Emmanuel. Make sure you keep listening to Today 95.1 FM. Bye-bye.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered on air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today 95.1 FM.
Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Daisy Atuchuku. The whereabouts of the driver and 18 passengers of a commercial bus that was hijacked by gunmen on the Owerri Port Harcourt Road last Friday remain quite unknown. Another driver who plies the same route told our correspondent that the abductors have not made contact with the families of the missing driver and passengers 4 days after the abduction. Our source said at least 15 vehicles were robbed around the boundary communities between Rivers and Imo State last week, and other drivers feel threatened by the rampant attacks by criminal gangs. The concerned criticized security operatives manning numerous checkpoints along the road for paying more attention to extortion of motorists than the safety of travelers.
Like this man, they came out for Imo State. We have never heard anything from them up to now. All the driver, everybody up to now, never hear anything. And things are going around that place well. That particular position, every day robbing. And they're not doing anything about it. This is one of my motto. They robbed them about last week Monday. They robbed them about 15 vehicles. They robbed. They collect everything from them, and up to now, government are not doing anything. So they should know what to do about this particular place.
The people of Okujako community in Port Harcourt City local government area of Rivers State have called on the authorities for help to check a wave of abduction of children between the ages of 1 and 2. Our correspondent gathered from close sources in the community that 6 children have so far gone missing at Okujako in less than 1 month. Among those who have lost their children following the strange disappearances is Sunday Nwani, who narrated his ordeal in a telephone interview with our correspondent.
During a Saturday morning, around 11 to 12, somebody, a lady just came around our environment in Yokujabi here.
Yeah.
And sat down on my front house and started discussing with my children. People that pass, when they ask her, she will say that she just stand by to wait somebody. Before you know it, then you now send my daughter that about 10 and 11 years out to go and bought Indomie. And when she went out, we're coming back to put Indomie on fire. Then she now pick the little one. My own daughters and my neighbor daughter, the woman that always says our side. I picked them and the other 3 of my children, and the woman 2 of her children.
Our correspondent also gathered that 18 children have been reported missing around Rumaholo community in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State.
That's Southwood. I'm going to do a death swap now. Rumaholo community, the same pipeline is also going to do a death swap. Baby factories have been discovered within that area by IG monitoring team within the period. Rumor Hollow, a lot of child missing, a lot of missing of individuals have also been mentioned and is on the high increase. Another thing there is the copies. Some of them have used uncompleted buildings in the area to be their hideouts.
A senior officer at the Rumokoro Police Division confirmed to our correspondent that several reports of missing children had been received and are being investigated. In the meantime, the police office advised parents and guardians to always keep close watch on their children for now. Report from Borno State indicates that calm has been restored after a protest by soldiers at the Maiduguri airport, which lasted for 2 hours yesterday. The Nigerian Army confirmed the development in a statement released by the Deputy Director of Public Relations for Operation Lafia Dole Theatre Command, Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu. The Army spokesman noted that protest was staged by those he described as unscrupulous soldiers, which happened while the command was conducting a redeployment of soldiers at the Maiduguri airport. However, an independent report credited to one of the soldiers involved in the protest claims that soldiers of the Special Strike Forces protested against their posting to Mate local government area because they were due for rotation, having spent almost 4 years at the theatre of operations. And then finally on the foreign scene, South Africa's Constitutional Court has disqualified the country's chief prosecutor, who was appointed by former President Jacob Zuma, and also ordered the replacement of Swan Abrahams within 90 days. The ruling was made based on appeal by Swan Abrahams against an earlier High Court judgment that ruled and declared that the removal of his predecessor, Mwalisi Zaksana, as unlawful and ordered that his own appointment should be revoked. Judge Busilei Madlanga declared that the removal of Zaksana was an abuse of power and criticized Zuma for buying him out of office with a 17 million rand, which is about $1 million payout. The court's decision comes in the heat of accusations against Abrahams by the opposition and right group of shielding the former president for prosecution over a string of corruption allegations. That has been the news at 3. Thank you so much for joining us. You can join us at 4 o'clock for the news update. I am Daisy Atuchuku. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701 933 9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
Sunshine or rain, through every terrain.
Everywhere I turn, it's football, football. There's your fairy tale!
So why not join in the action, intrigues, excitement, and fun?
Just doesn't get better than this.
Many stars have continued to shine with every ace, every race, every break, and every other sports there is.
Incredible stuff.
On Today's Sports Live, reaching you from your premium news, talk, and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
That sounds like so much fun.
Weekdays after the news at 3. It's interactive, it's engaging, and don't forget, your voice is priority.
Hangs it up for Ronaldo. Oh, my shadow!
Experience the glorious goals rush. The heated verbal jabs and even moments of madness. Experience the sensational swings, strokes and shots. The moments of victory and despair. Experience lights out on a majestic night in Singapore and a whole lot more.
On your premium talk news and sports radio station.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Listen to Sports Attack every weekday from 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live after the news update at 3 p.m. Stay tuned on Saturdays and Sundays for a bumper edition of Today Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. Experience sports in its entirety on your premium talk news and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
You know, there are a few areas that define a man, like sports.
I think we can live with that.
Good afternoon and welcome to another exciting Monday edition of Today's Sports Live on your premium news talk and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. My name is Chibwogu Nadiebulam and I've got two gentlemen in the studio to do today's show with me. I'm going to be starting with Emeka Dena, the HOS himself. Emeka, good afternoon to you.
A very good afternoon to you, Chibogo. Nice to be back here talking sports. A lot happened over the weekend, and we're here to look back at what transpired in the world of sports over the weekend.
Yes, and of course, look forward to
the big one this afternoon.
3:30, guys! Oh my God! Okay, Wisdom is also here, by the way. Wisdom, how are you doing?
I'm great, Chibogo. Good afternoon. Great to be here. Good afternoon to everyone out there. Fantastic weekend we had, both in the European scene and even in golf, and the tennis competition also came to an end. You know, during the week it was great time last week, and we're here also to look at all that also and look at also the current things that are also happening.
Are you optimistic Nigeria will make it to the next round of the Under-20 Women's World Cup?
I have to be.
Because you're Nigerian.
I have to be because I'm Nigerian.
You bleed green and white.
But I don't think China has all it takes to beat us today.
Okay.
Someone called in yesterday and said we should stop boasting because we were predicting that Nigeria was going to win, and the guy was like, stop boasting that China will beat us 2-0 today.
Okay.
Yeah, catch me when you talk that.
Okay. Well, we'll be here for the first 30 minutes or so of that game, and hopefully it's going to be something positive to, that would help us when we go out. We can watch the remaining part of the match with a lot more confidence. Anyways, so together, with Emeka and of course Wisdom, will bring you in-depth analysis of the biggest events that took place in the world of sports over the weekend. We will touch on the Premier League, which began a new season at the weekend. But before that, the Falconers will be in action in just a matter of minutes. Judgment time in what could be a make or mar encounter. This will decide their progress in the ongoing FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup in France. So we'll preview that as well as update you on that. Remember that you too can join in the conversations. Of course, you can send us SMS or WhatsApp messages to 0701 9339 962. You can also tweet at us at TodayFM 951, at TodayFM 951, or at Chibogbu_N. Emeka is also here. You can tweet at him at Emeka Dena. Phone lines will be open in due time for you to air your opinions live on the show. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Now let's begin to sink our teeth into what we've got, right? Brooks Koepka, we're starting with golf, by the way. He held off the challenges of a resurgent Tiger Woods and Adam Scott to win his second major of the season at the US PGA Championship. The two-time defending US Open champion entered day 4 with a 2-shot lead, and that was how he ended after a dramatic afternoon at Bellerive Country Club. Tiger Woods closed with a brilliant 64 to finish second in the final men's major of the season. Koepka was caught by defending champion Justin Thomas on the front 9 and Australian Scott on the way home. But the 28-year-old kept his cool to record birdies on the 15th and 16th and signed for a 66 to get to 16 under. The victory for Koepka means he is the first man to win the US Open and US PGA Championship in the same year since Woods achieved the feat in 2000, and only the 5th person to do it in history. We're looking at the US PGA Championship leaderboard. Brooks Koepka in first place, Tiger Woods second, Adam Scott third, Stewart Singh fourth. And, Emeka, good one for Kepka, and Tiger Woods looks close to another major as well.
Good is an understatement. If you look at what Bruce Kepka achieved yesterday, amazing one for him. He's won 3 majors in 2 years now. 2 this year, 1 last year. Successfully defended his US Open title, and you begin to wonder whether he's the next big thing, as it were. Great one for him. He did very well to hold off the challenge from Tiger Woods, who, by the way, has surprised us all getting this far. 2 shots away from getting the title, but 2 shots could be very, very massive in golf. And at the end of the day, Tiger Woods, yes, if you're a follower of him, you will be glad that this man is coming close to his usual best.
Nearly
these days,
they say they cannot kill a bird.
Exactly.
If he keeps coming close,
I'm one of those that believe that he has
would
passed his prime.
so
No,
he will never
I believe
get a
he has
major.
passed his prime. He might get 1 or 2 more majors
For
before
the
he call
road.
it quits. But we know what this man achieved in the past. It's 10 years now since he last won a major, 2008 US Open. 10 years down the line, he's still struggling to get back to full fitness and take his game to where it used to be. The good thing is that at his age, if he is able to rediscover his old form, he can still win many more majors. But I take nothing away from the other young guys who are still coming up and doing great things. The likes of Jordan Spieth, like Rory McIlroy. A lot of players these days have shown that they can hold their own. The Henrik Stensons of this world, Justin Day, Dustin Johnson, they are all there waiting for their own opportunity as well. So it's not like they will all wait for Tiger Woods to come and roar his way back to greatness and eventually dominate all of them. But it's good to see that he's very close this time, and you'll be hoping that he will be able to come back strong next year to see how he can challenge for a major.
Well, let's see how Tiger Woods can eventually, and if ever he will eventually get his hands on a major yet again. But we have to leave golf at the moment. We have football coming up. We have the Falconets coming up, and we need to talk about that particular match. Nigeria will face China in a crucial final group game and must avoid defeat if they are to reach the quarterfinals of the competition. The Falconets are currently second in Group D with 3 points from 2 games, having a superior goal difference over China, who lie next in third. Well, I just want to take a quote from what Christopher Danjuma, the coach of the side, speaking of the coach of the Falconers, this is what he had to say ahead of this game. He said, "It's going to be a very busy encounter from the first blast of the whistle. We are not expecting an easy match. I said from the beginning that if we must reach the final, we have to play and overcome very tough teams. We have no illusions. The Chinese squad is a very ambitious one, and we have to be at our best to overcome them. We will go out there and give our very best." Okay, that's coming from Christopher Danjuma right there. So, this actually shows a lot of optimism. And after that victory against Haiti, of course, 1-0, we had the Minister for Sports promising the team $10,000 if they beat China. He didn't talk about draw anyways, but they needed a draw. A draw would be good for them.
Yeah, but they have to win.
They have to win if they want that $10,000. And also, there's also 500,000 attached, 500,000 naira. That's coming from Ayo Midira. So it's all the same. It's still an incentive for them. Does the fact that Nigeria need only a draw give the Falconets any advantage over the Chinese, who must win to stand a chance, Emeka?
Well, a huge advantage for the Falconers there, honestly. Just a draw would be good enough for them, and they'll be through to the quarterfinals, unlike the Chinese, who must win to advance. But that doesn't mean they should go and relax and, like we say, usually pack the balls and eventually get that draw. That would be, it wouldn't be the best way. In football, most times we say attack is the best form of defense. Go all out, see how you can win. There's also the incentive of $10,000. I'm sure they want to to, get to share that one amongst themselves by winning today. So, yes, they have the advantage. A draw would be good enough for them, but it might not just be enough if you want to go there with the mindset of going out there to play out a goalless draw or maybe a 1-0 draw, as the case may be. Take the game to the opponents because if you put them under pressure, they will hardly come out and to even get their own needed win, as it were.
Okay, well, the teams will be filing out in a bit, but I will have to ask this wisdom. Prior to this encounter, Edwin Okon, he used to be a coach of this under-20 side. In fact, he led them to 4th place in his time. And apart from that, he's gone on to coach the Falcons, the Super Falcons. He actually saw, a lot of people saw Germany as the most difficult side, considering that the team that has beaten Nigeria in the final twice is Germany. And, of course, we know Germany's pedigree in this competition. But Edwin Ogon says, it's not Germany, it is China that is the most difficult side. And now, Nigeria have gone back to Germany 1-0. They've gone on to beat Haiti 1-0 as well. Do you really see China as the most difficult side for them?
I won't actually take or toe the path with Edwin because the truth is, whether you like it or not, player to player, skill to skill, experience and everything, and past records, Germany is a better team, yes. But I think the reason why he might be going in this direction is the fact that China are a team that performs fantastically under pressure. Now, I'm not talking about in this age grade competitions, but from their senior teams. When it comes to a time when China needs it the most, they mostly deliver. So at this kind of time when Nigeria, as we have analyzed, need only a draw to qualify, China's back is against the wall. So, and they know that anything less than them getting that 3 point is going to send them home. So this is like the most difficult game for Nigeria in this competition right now. It was not the most difficult at the beginning, but right now it is the most difficult and crunchiest of all the games we have played so far. So, I mean, for China now, they know that after today, if we don't, deliver everything we can into their goalposts today, we are going home. But for Nigeria, I mean, if we can block the back, so both psychologically and otherwise, Nigeria has some advantage that might also work against their psyche. They might be feeling okay, all we just need to do is defend well, block all their attacks, be able to close up our spaces, and if we get a goal, we go and, relax and all that. And if China comes out and plays, don't forget the fact that from if you analyze the games played between these teams, that's both China and Nigeria, you can see that the difference between China and Nigeria is not too much. I mean, in this competition, right
just one goal.
So if you look at even when we played Haiti, the same way Haiti troubled us is the same way Haiti troubled China. Just that both teams found a way to grind out the result. For Nigeria, it was even a penalty. China scored 2 goals. So it's actually going to be a tough game. There is no doubt about that. It's going to be tougher than
Both
Germany.
sides actually need this game, and we'll see who eventually gets it at the end of the day. The lineups are out, by the way, and you guys would have to pardon me. From the Chinese perspective.
You can't pronounce their name.
You guys have to pardon me. There's going to be a lot of ching chong, chong chong, and all of that. So I'm going to start with them because in this game they are the home side, and we have Zhu Huan in goal for the team. She's the goalkeeper. There is Du Jiangjing, and there's also Wang Linling. Okay. And there's Chen Jiangzhu, and of course Wang Yangwen. And there is also Shen Mengyu in the team. There's Jin Kun in the team, Zhao Yujie in the team, Zhang Lingyan in the team, as well as Wang Quan rather, and Jie. So I'm going to stop there, leave the bench first. Let's go to our own team. Nigeria, there's Chiamaka Nnadozie, of course. Let's not forget that she was a player of the match in the game against Haiti. Of course, I mean, she deserves a place. She's been the one that started in all 3 matches. There's also Christy Ucheibe, who actually maintains her place from that game against Haiti. Gift Monday is still back in the starting lineup. Peace Effie back in the starting lineup as well. Rashida Ajibade is the one captaining the side as well today again. She was the captain of the side against Haiti. Let's not forget that the main captain, Famu Diti, is on the bench. Oluwakemi Famu Diti. So, also in the starting lineup today is Joy Duru and Bashirat Amo. Then Grace Ibuamalu, she is starting her very first game this tournament. She came on in the game against Germany as a substitute. She was an unused substitute in the game against Haiti, but now she's starting this game. The person whose place she's taking has got to be Anam Imo, who actually started the game against Haiti. So Mary Olobosere actually keeps her place in the starting lineup, as well as Opeyemi Sunday and Chidima Okeke. Looking at the bench, we have Onyinyechuko Okeke. We also have Mary Saiki, Glory Ogbonna, Oluwakemi Famuditi, and Adebisi Sahid, Anam Imo, like I mentioned earlier. There's also Blessing Ezekiel, Taibat Odueke, Aishat Bello, and of course Rita Akareko. So that is the lineup. And for our coach, Christopher Musa, you can say Christopher Danjuma for those of us that know him here as Christopher Danjuma. So it's about time, guys. Like, this is what is about to happen. I really don't know what you expect, Emeka. But first, let me ask you, apart from Rashidat Ajibade, who are the other players you think can deliver the goods for the team today?
Gift Monday is one player we can always call upon each time. She was brilliant in the qualifiers alongside Rashidat Ajibade and Anam Imo, who today is not starting. But like I said, apart from Rashidat, Gift Monday could do a decent job up front. Luckily for her, she's also a forward player like Rashidat Ajibade. And at the end of the day, we expect her to combine very well with Rashidat up front there to see how they can help the team get goals in this encounter. She's a very brilliant player anytime, any day. I remember she did not play the first game due to accumulation of yellow cards in the qualifiers. Of course, she came back against Haiti. Even though she didn't score, it took Rashidat Ajibade's penalty goal to give Nigeria all 3 points in that encounter. Well, she's starting today. I expect her to come to the party against the Chinese ladies.
Well, I just hope we really wouldn't have to depend on Nadozie's heroics again. Where we would have to be like, if not for Nadozie and things like that. I think that going forward, Nigeria should be a lot more adventurous. They should ensure that they get that goal. The goals are important. You might want to say however it comes. It was a penalty that ensured that we had our 3 points, and good thing we are here right now still fighting for a place in the next round of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. The game is about to start, guys. Let's hear from you. What is your prediction for this game? Be sincere, Sha. For those of you who want to be patriotic, be patriotic. For those of you who want to be biased, be biased. Any I want to say, for those of you who want to pray. 0817 00951 0810 951 951. It has started, though. It has started. You can send text messages to 0701 9339962. So let's get your predictions for this game. Let's get your thoughts regarding what you are probably expecting from this game today. Earlier in the day, we saw 2 matches played simultaneously, and of course, the United States of America are out of the World Cup. Who would have thought? But that's the whole situation as things stand at the moment. But let's hear from this caller first. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon. This is Today's Sports.
Today's Sports Live. Go on. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Walo. This is my first time of calling.
Like they say in local parlance, put belly for your voice. Give your voice belly.
This is my first time of calling.
Welcome to the show. Welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so talk to us. The Under-20 team are actually in action at the moment against China. Hello?
Hello? I want to play the man. Nigeria will win that match by 2 goals to nothing.
2 goals to nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your prediction. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chibago.
Good afternoon to you. Is that
Good
Justice?
afternoon to the entire crew.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Endyman. Endyman.
Oh, you sounded like Justice. Okay, go on, talk to us.
I wish them the very best. They should not be afraid of anything in football. There are 11 players on each side. I hope the coaches will have done the necessary things by instructing them, giving them tidbits on how to handle the Chinese. Technically, they played better. If you have to judge with the two matches they played so far. I mean, Chinese, they played better than us. But 90 minutes of this match will decide.
Okay.
We join
Germany.
Germany to qualify, and I pray and hope and wish that Nigeria will join them. So I predict 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's a fair prediction because Nigeria need just a draw and they're through. It's China that need to win. 0817 000951. Let's hear from you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Steven. I'm calling from Chuba.
Okay, talk to us.
In Port Harcourt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my regards to Omeka and the studio.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. My prediction for the match is actually a draw. Yes, be it a 0-0 draw, 1-1 draw.
Okay, a draw.
Yes, but inducing them with money, $10,000. I'm actually thinking whether that is right for this age grade side. Now,
they are Nigerians, so.
Yes. I'm coming. These are under 20 girls, as we presume. Most likely, these are girls being under 20, supposed to have just finished WAEC. And then we are giving them $10,000. Use and do what, please?
These girls are hustling.
It's not for one player, it's for the entire team.
Yes, I understand. At this stage of their career, what should be motivating them shouldn't be money. What should be motivating them should be that drive to move further, to push their career further. That should be what should be motivating them. Have you ever heard of any under 17 or under 20 France or England or German players, whether they are ministry giving them any money so that they will play well? It doesn't happen in Europe. Why does it happen in Nigeria? That is where when they finish, they collect their money and then we don't hear about them again. Why? Because they have gotten to an end. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So in giving them money at this stage is not really the best, because they see getting that money as the end of what they have gone to World Cup to do. This World Cup is just for development of their career. But if we give them money, they will see that they are going to World Cup to get money, and then we stop hearing about them. Cristiano, do we have that thing today? Little Messi, do we have that thing today? We are giving them money and they are fizzled out because they have achieved what they went to the World Cup to achieve, which is to get money. But we should remove that mindset of getting money from this age grade.
Okay.
But giving them the mindset of going there to develop. Which is the reason why these age grade tournaments are actually introduced. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We get your point. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Coach Asna, calling from Okrika.
Coach Asna, welcome.
Emeka, this goes to you. Emeka, Chibok has been playing us pack and play. I don't know if you are the one collecting all the goodies that she always brings. Because before you know, she will sneak into the video and you are allowed to be talking. We don't see any package from Chibok. This is by house.
We see here.
Huh?
We see.
Emeka, if you are collecting the goodies, send small one nigga will get send the arms small.
Behind our studio.
Okay. I'm very soon.
Because we want Chibok, not me. She's one bringing the packages.
No, I will collect for you because when I asked her, she said Emeka is in charge. That's what she normally told me. But moving forward, for the Super Falcons under 20,
the Falcons,
I mean to say, they need to learn from what Belgium did to China. The China people are very short. Let's not use our height. At least I think we are more taller than them, no matter what. They should use their height and oppress them. They will, and also use counter attack. Those guys are very fast. They avoid their game. They are very fast, but in height, they are not defending well in set pieces. Most of the goals they concede 2 set pieces. Even during their qualification to this tournament, they concede almost 10 goals through set pieces. So if we can capitalize on that effect, I think it will help them. But I see Nigeria girls moving ahead of the men, try to break the jinx that what a man cannot do, women can do it. So in that corridor of analysis, I will support them so that they can be able to make a lot of Nigeria happy after a disappointing World Cup from the men. So I think they can do more better than what we saw in 2018 Russia World Cup. So me, I'm supporting them to win, and they will win.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach Arsenal. Okay, Emeka, I mean, what have you been seeing so far in this game?
Well, it's been an end-to-end stuff, you know. Both sides have been asking crucial questions. The one on the screen now, the Chinese, you know, almost, of course, that was a shot on target, but Nadoze will handle that one quite easily. On the other end, Nigeria also came closer, but somehow, you know, they didn't really connect. And at the end of the day, still goalless after about 8 minutes of play in that encounter.
Okay.
Been very lively, you know, in this match so far.
All right. By the way, we saw a match earlier today, and I mean, there were two matches simultaneously. But then the big news is that the United States of America are not making it they didn't make it to the next round of this competition. They played out a 2-2 draw with Spain, but Japan asked and answered all the questions against Paraguay. It ended 6-0, and that was how Japan made sure that they made it through. So as it is now, let me just run through. You know, we had two matches. We had matches from Group A and B yesterday. We already know the teams that have qualified from Group A, Group B, and now Group C. So let me let you guys know that. In Group A, France and Netherlands qualified. France had 7 points, Netherlands 6 points. And Ghana, of course, they won their last game against New Zealand, but then again, they went back home. So Ghana and New Zealand went back home from Group A. Group B, England made it through, 7 points. Korea, DPR, that's North Korea, the defending champions, made it through as well in second place, 6 points. Mexico went back home, 3 points. Brazil, they packed their bags as well, 1 point. Group C, Spain, 7 points. Japan, 6 points. USA, 4 points. Not enough at all. Paraguay, no point. Now we are in Group D. This is where the action lies. Germany have already made it through. They play Haiti. Come on, trust me. They're going to decimate Haiti. Anyways, that's what I think. But then where the main action is right now is between China and Nigeria, which is ongoing at the moment. So let's see if we can hear from you again before we move on to other things. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hi, welcome.
Am I on to
Today FM?
Okay.
What's your name?
I want to know football. I want to know the details about the football.
We're talking football already.
China, which people are...
It's still goalless at the moment. It's still goalless. And it's been both sides asking questions. But no one has gotten an answer just yet.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, 0817 00951 or 0810 951 While we still have our eyes on what is happening, not to worry, we'll let you know all those key actions that come from that game in France. But we have to flash back to the weekend. Of course, the new Premier League season, it has started 2018-2019. Those that have begun to pick 3 points have begun to pick 3 points. Those that have begun to pick one have begun to pick one. And of course, those that do not have any points just yet, they are still there. So Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has admitted that he could not have wished for a better start to the season after his side ran out 4-0 winners over West Ham United at Anfield yesterday. Goals from Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Daniel Sturridge saw the Reds pick up the biggest win of the opening round of fixtures, leaving them top of the first Premier League table of the season. So, taking you through the results, Manchester United, yes, I'm just reminding you because you know already. Manchester United defeated Leicester City 2-1 at Old Trafford. That was on Friday. Newcastle United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Bournemouth 2, Cardiff City 0, Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2. That was at Craven Cottage. Huddersfield Town 0, Chelsea 3, Watford 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Everton 2, Liverpool 4, West Ham United 0, Southampton 0, Burnley 0, and Arsenal The big Super Sunday fixture. Unai Emery got a harsh welcome to the Premier League as Manchester City inflicted a 2-0 defeat on Arsenal yesterday. So, I'm going to start with you, Wisdom. Commanding performance from Liverpool. Looks like summer investments are beginning to pay off.
Yes, exactly. The biggest thing in that game was seeing Nabil Keita play that game. You know, he was the much anticipated. The questions were asked. Why was this guy bought for such an amount? You know, and he came in, he displayed, had a great game. Every part of that game had Naby Keita written all over it. He was fantastic. He didn't get a goal, yes. That wasn't much of his job, but he assisted he had a hands in 3 of the goals. So I think yes, Alisson Becker was also, he wasn't tested, yes, we might say.
But he kept a clean sheet.
He kept a clean sheet anyway. So it's great stuff for Liverpool. We expect to see more from them in the coming days because I won't just completely judge them by one game, but it was a great game. The cohesiveness in the team was awesome. They had a fantastic game together. As some people even say, it was as if Salah never rested. You know, the real Salah came back because we saw him being a shadow of himself in the World Cup and, you know, because of the injuries he sustained in the Champions League. So, but it was a great game for Liverpool. The players lined up properly. There was no player in the game that didn't give 100%. There was no player with fault that was maybe poor or completely poor on the day, from Trent Arnold in defense to the midfield, you know, down to the attack of Salah, Mane, even Sturridge, who came in, his first touch in 20 seconds gave him a goal. So it was great game for Liverpool, and as I said before, I'm expecting them to do more, especially when they come up against the very biggest of sides, because they should be hosting Man City, I think that's 7th of October or so, you know, and before that they have Tottenham and Southampton. So I expect a lot from them this season from what I've seen. As to whether they would win the title, we wait to see. But for now, as a result of what they displayed against West Ham, it was really, really great.
Okay, well, let's look at Maurizio Sarri. He picked an impressive win in his first official match. What new thing would you say the Italian has brought to the side, Emeka?
It's still early to call because they want to look at
Sarri ball. He wants to be
Sarri. What's it called?
Sarri ball.
Sarrization. But you look at the position they played against Huddersfield Town. With all due respect, they are not one of the strongest teams in the Premier League out there. It's not like Man City playing Arsenal or maybe United playing Leicester City. The Huddersfield Town 2-3 seasons ago were in the Championship, and you know I wouldn't want to judge him. You know, it's quite early days, and the opposition is not the strongest of opposition. So
they play Arsenal next weekend.
Yes, so they will be going to.
So should that
bring
be?
Back home.
Should
yes,
that be
a real test for him?
So that should be a real
exactly,
test.
The
Arsenal that did what they did against City.
No, City are in another class. You know, I mean, City can beat any team the way they beat Arsenal yesterday. They can even beat, you know, disgraced teams from the way they are playing right now. Maybe the likes of Liverpool can give them a good run, but City, like we saw, you know, over the weekend, started from where they stopped last season, and it doesn't look like any team will stop them. So you don't judge any team by what they did against City. City are in a class of their own at the moment, and for Sarri, you know, let's wait till the Arsenal game. I think he's a great manager. I did well with Napoli, even though he won nothing. But you know, coming over to Chelsea, Jorginho did give a good account of himself in the middle of the park there. Also got a goal, you know, via the penalty, brilliant one and all that. But let's look at the team when they face Arsenal and see what they will come up with.
Okay, 60 minutes gone and it's still goalless. We're still looking for the first goal in this particular encounter, and you know, as per Nigerians that we are, we're hoping it falls for Nigeria. But in the meantime, it's still goalless, and 60 minutes gone in that particular encounter. We still have our eyes on that game, but you can call in and also contribute regarding the weekend matches, the weekend results. 0817 000951 or 0810 9510 951. You can still drop your predictions regarding the under-20 women's national team, the Falconets, and also talk about your favorite team in Europe. Or maybe you could just talk about that big one that went down yesterday, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Some people had already predicted that City were going to have the day. But then, you still had that soft spot for Arsenal. It's Unai Emery's first game, and it was happening at the Emirates. So you would have expected that maybe, just maybe, something might happen. But 2-0. That was what we saw. Clinical from Manchester City.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chibago.
Welcome. What's your name?
It's me, Barrister Luke.
Barrister Luke. Talk to us.
Family Chelsea transfer. How many did they bought?
Chelsea bought World wait.
Real Madrid.
What?
Kolovino Djokovic from Real Madrid.
That's Kovacic, not Djokovic. Kovacic from Real Madrid, yes. And it had to do with the dealing that saw Thibaut Courtois move over to Real Madrid. It was part of that deal, yes. And Kovacic is a loan deal, yes. Thank you for that. Anyways, let me just make it straight here. We aren't talking about deadline and stuff. We did exhaust that at the weekend, and even Friday we talked a lot about transfers and things like that. So let's focus on what we have at hand. All right, please 0817 000951 or 0810 9510951. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Chibok. Good afternoon.
Hi, welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Destiny, calling from Kuwait.
Destiny. What's Nigeria's destiny today?
I want to see goalless draw.
Goalless draw.
If it happens goalless draw, what will happen?
And Nigeria will qualify.
Let it be that way. Instead of pressing the creator, if you score 3, 8, you concede 8, then this and that. So let it be goalless draw so that they will qualify. Not conceding goal, and then at the end of the day, good. Maybe if we concede 1-1, then we are out.
No, any kind of draw, we are still through because they have the yes.
Okay, so let's draw. You are still through. Okay, better. Whatever. Goalless draw, score draw, everything. Let it just be that we progress. At least we supported the ladies for this first time because they always keep us shining. They always make us happy. More than a maker that go to Russia and they cannot do anything.
What does a maker got to do with Russia now?
They didn't go to Russia now. I didn't go to Russia.
Now men go Russia now.
Can you imagine? Don't call it, you know me, man. You don't go Russia.
I don't go. I just want to
me, I did here too. I don't go.
Okay. That's the listen to each other. Okay. Talking about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Ramsey and Granit Xhaka turned up for the game yesterday. Because already we know say Unai Emery tell us we want to be considering 5 against 6. So it's no longer like Arsene Wenger. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it is no longer in Arsene Wenger to maybe defending, holding the ball. So the players we expected them to turn up for the game did not turn up. It wasn't all that bad. The first game, let's just give them a chance. But I wish we converted those chances that went begging. It would have been a different story or a different scoreline. But all the same, we want to back him up and make sure he steps up in the next game.
Okay, thank you very much, Destiny. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost that one. Keep your calls coming through. 0817 000951 or 0810 9510951. Emeka, it's kind of Nigeria on the attack as things stand.
Definitely. The Nigerians are dominating this one. No, but somehow they lack that cutting edge. Came close
That's
once
what they've
again.
lacked since the very first game too.
Like we usually say, position without penetration is tantamount to nothing.
Oh well.
No, but the good thing is that we don't
necessarily
need to penetrate to win to qualify for the quarterfinal of this one. A draw will just be good enough, but you can't continue wasting those chances. And you might be hurt in the end there, but we hope that doesn't happen. But the Falconers have dominated this one so far, so good after 21 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's actually important that they should try and get on the score sheet because we don't want that edgy final minutes where you really don't know where the pendulum will swing. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Raphael. I'm calling from LLM.
Okay, talk to us now.
concerning the Falconets. Sometimes I hear you people call Super Falconets. Do we have Super Falconets?
It's Falconets that I know.
So you should also help people to be calling them Falconets so that we won't get ourselves confused. Then,
we have Super Falcons. Sometimes we also dub them Super Falconets.
But it's not the name I know they have. Their name is Falconets. We have Super Falcons. So somebody was talking about giving them money. I've been in diaspora. We are poor. In Africa, we are poor. These children, when they play ball in Africa, they help their parents. They are the cynosure of their families. So if anybody gives money to an African player to encourage an African, that person is not wrong because our government, our system is poor. So if you want to encourage any little player in Africa, there must be monetary involvement. That is just why I called.
Okay. Thank you very much. We understand your point of view as well. And I actually did mention that we are Nigerians, we are Africans, so we can understand when these monetary incentives come. And you see, did you see that video of the captain kneeling and counting the money that went viral?
To them by the minister.
Yes, that was when they were in Austria and they had just won one of their test matches, and he gave them money, and the captain of the side was kneeling and counting the money.
It's not like the minister asked her to kneel down.
No, he didn't ask her to kneel down, but that's the mentality. Now I'm trying to talk about the mentality.
Out there, people felt minister ordered her to kneel down and all that, but that was not the case.
Okay.
And just to add, Chibogu, Germany are ahead. They've scored in the 18th
expected
minute.
now.
They're scoring already.
It's expected.
And we had the ball at the back of the net in Nigeria's net, but it was
offside.
Rightly called for offside. That's what we are saying now. Nigeria, on the other end, have been mounting all the pressure, but the Chinese had a chance of scoring, even though it was offside. So they have to watch it at the back while they go out there to up front to see how they can get a goal.
Okay. And of course, the Chinese...
they're gradually coming in.
Yeah, and they actually know how to make use of their wings as well.
The attack is fantastic. I was saying it last time that the problem the Chinese have is their defense. Their players are fast. Their forward line, they are very fast. And we are seeing that play out here. When they get balls on the counter from the wings, from the sides, they are usually much faster. It's only with their back line, which I feel Nigeria can take complete advantage of.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, Daniel. Oh my goodness.
They hit the woodwork this time, and then Nadose gathered the rebound there. I mean, very close again.
Daniel, good afternoon.
Very close. We should score the goal.
No, about scoring us. China hit the woodwork. What a shot from inside the balls, and they hit the woodwork only for Nadose to catch the rebound there. They are coming very close. I don't know.
Daniel, talk to us, please.
Guys, we get bad luck anyway. Anyway, let's see how it goes, but I don't have faith they're going to qualify. It's one of those things in football. Then for yesterday's match, I think it's more of realistic Liverpool winning the league than it is. The City I saw, they won Arsenal, but we met Arsenal that have change in management. If you look at the back line of that City yesterday, it wasn't that fantastic. It's just that Arsenal themselves are not really up to the gig. If not, they should have having the 2 goals equalized. But let's see how it goes. I think more Liverpool to win the league this season than City. City are fantastic, as they said, but I don't see them that fantastic against Arsenal. I didn't see that fantastic. I said one other people saw it, but I didn't see it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate you, Daniel, for your opinion. Hello.
Yeah, this is
please turn off your radio, please.
Yes, I'm this person from PS.
Okay, talk to us.
Yeah, this is my first call,
Oh, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. Looking at the Falcon next game, I strongly believe the first half going to take us a draw, but that the second half and our defense are going to come up.
Okay, you said first half will be a draw. Second half, our girls will win.
Yeah, it's a 1-0 win.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Wisdom, let me bring you in on this particular, should I say match? The Spanish Super Cup, Sevilla, they lost to Barcelona. It happened in Morocco, and Barca with the victory 2-1 it ended. Your take on that?
Good one for Barcelona. A good way to start the season. Everyone has already been talking about the fact that Madrid might not be the best of sides against them this season, considering the fact that the Lion they had there, who did all the damage, has moved over to Juventus.
Cristiano.
You know, and we even overheard that he got a goal yesterday, even if I feel it was an inconsequential game. So, but great win for Barcelona. Sevilla did, although they finally played the game, you know, they were saying that they would withdraw if Barcelona happened to, you know, feature, you know,
more than three
non-EU players. So, but it was a great game for them. I didn't see Sevilla winning that game at any point, but I think they gave a good challenge in the game. They gave a good challenge against the Barcelona side, who would really want to add that cup into their fleet, because starting up the season, we know how Barcelona is, and this season they even feel they have more opportunities. You know, the dread of the foul, or the sense of the fact that the dreaded man at Real Madrid has made the move, you know, gives them a sense that they could win a lot of trophies this season, and they've already started hauling the trophies in. So the game yesterday was great, and I was really happy the fact that it was played in Morocco. That was nice for the fans we saw out there. Nice for Africa also. Gives the continent some form of good publicity. You know, despite all the hocus pocus we normally hear about.
There was also the VAR on display.
It was present, yes.
Tangier there. I mean, when are we going to have one in Nigeria?
Yeah, you not had it in Premier League first. It's Nigeria. You have a tweet for us.
Yes, a couple of tweets coming through. Yeah, Tango Dogunka has been away for some time now. He says the four corners shouldn't break the heart of Nigerians, like the Super Eagles did in Russia. Wishing them the very best of luck, up Blues. And our big friend Adus Stalin also says, too early to call in the EPL. I think Man City and Liverpool will stand out from the rest, but Man City is too good for the rest. He went on to say four corners should take advantage of their strength and height. Our girls are stronger and taller. This should work in our advantage.
Okay, we have to go right now. Yes, we do have to go. We're out of time. The news update comes up next. But then I really want to appreciate you for doing this with us. I want to thank Wisdom and Emeka for doing this with me. Of course, it's 30 minutes gone already about that. 30 minutes gone already. Let's see what's going to happen by full time. Hopefully, it's going to be Nigeria celebrating either a victory or a draw. Just celebrating their progress to the next round of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Anyways, join us again tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. for Sports Attack, and later in the day for today's Sports Live. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and of course, enjoy the match ongoing at the moment.
You know, there are a few areas that define a man, like sports.
I think we can live with that.
Port Harcourt, are you today? 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Sunshine or rain, through every terrain.
Everywhere I turn, it's football, football. There's your fairy tale.
So why not join in the action, intrigues, excitement, and fun?
Just doesn't get better than this.
Many stars have continued to shine with every ace, every race, every break, and every other sports there is.
Incredible stuff.
On today's Sports Live, reaching you from your premium news, talk, and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
That sounds like so much fun.
Weekdays after the news at 3. It's interactive, it's engaging, and don't forget, your voice is priority.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Hello, good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. I am Emmanuel Madunimi. The whereabouts of the driver and 18 passengers of a commercial bus that was hijacked by gunmen on the Owerri-Port Harcourt Road last Friday remain unknown. Another driver who plies that route told our correspondent that the abductors have not made contact with the families of the missing driver and passengers 4 days after the abduction. Our source said at least 15 vehicles were robbed around the boundary communities between Rivers and Imo states last week, and other drivers feel threatened by the rampant attacks by criminal gangs. The concerned criticized security operatives manning numerous checkpoints along the road for paying more attention to extortion of motorists than the safety of the travelers.
Like this man they kidnapped for Imo State. We have never heard anything from them up to now. All the driver, everybody up to now, never hear anything. And things are going around that place where. That particular position, every day robbing, and they're not doing anything about it. This is one of my motto. They robbed them about last week Monday. They robbed them about 15 vehicles. They robbed. They collect everything from them, and up to now, government are not doing anything. So they should know what to do about this particular place.
Moving on now, the people of Okujago community in Port Harcourt Sete local government area of Rivers State have called on the authorities for help to check a wave of abduction of children between the age of 1 and 2. Our correspondents gathered from close source in the communities that 6 children have so far gone missing at Okujago in less than 1 month. Among those who have lost their children following the strange disappearances is Sunday Nwani, who narrated his ordeal in the telephone interview with our correspondent.
During a Saturday morning, around 11 to 12, somebody, a lady just came around our environment in Okujago here.
Yeah.
And sat down on my front house. Started discussing with my children. People that pass when they ask her, she will say that she just stand by to wait somebody. Before you know it, then you now send my daughter that about 10 and 11 years out to go and bought Indomie. And when she went out, we're coming back to put Indomie on fire. Then she now pick the little one. My own daughters and my neighbor daughter, the woman that always says our side. I picked them and the other 3 of my children, and the woman 2 of her children.
Our correspondent also gathered that 8 children have been reported missing around Rumaholo community in Obiakpo local government area of River State.
That's Southwood. I'm going to do a death swap now. Rumaholo community, the same pipeline is also going to do a death swap. Baby factories have been discovered within that area by IG monitoring team within the period. Rumaholo, a lot of child missing, a lot of missing of individuals have also been mentioned and is on the high increase. Another thing there is the copies. Some of them have used uncompleted buildings in the area to be their hideouts.
A senior officer at the Rumokoro Police Division confirmed to our correspondent that several reports of missing children had been received and are being investigated. In the meantime, the police office advised parents and guardians to always keep close watch on their children. Reports from Borno State indicate that calm has been restored after a protest by soldiers at the Maiduguri airport, which lasted for 2 hours yesterday. The Nigerian Army confirmed the development in a statement released by the Deputy Director of Public Relations for Operation Lafia Dole Theatre Command, Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu. The army spokesman noted that the protest was staged by those he described as unscrupulous soldiers, which happened while the command was conducting a redeployment of soldiers at the Maiduguri airport. However, an independent report credited to one of the soldiers involved in the protest claims soldiers of the Special Strike Forces protested against their posting to Mate local government area because they were due for rotation, having spent almost 4 years at the theatre of operations. And on the foreign scene, South Africa's Constitutional Court has disqualified the country's chief prosecutor, who was appointed by former President Jacob Zuma, and also ordered the replacement of Shaun Abrahams within 90 days. The ruling was made based on an appeal by Shaun Abrahams against an earlier High Court judgment that ruled that the removal of his predecessor in Sisana as unlawful and ordered that his own appointment should be revoked. Judge Mbuyiseli Mandlanga declared that the removal of Nsisana was an abuse of power and criticized Zuma for buying him out of office with a 17 million rand, which is about $1 million payout. The court's decision came in the heat of accusation against Abrahams by the opposition and rights groups for shielding the former president from prosecution over a string of corruption allegations. Oh well, that's all we have for you at this time. My name is Emmanuel Madunime, thanking you for your time. Join us again on the platform. Don't go away. Bye-bye.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
See that mosquito? Now long talk matter. That now why once I buy mosquito coil, the matter go just finding level because the coil they burn slowly from morning till the night. Now so Airtel 6XF BO, the credit not the quick finish. You go just they talk, they go. Just recharge 100 naira and you go get 600 naira Airtel 6X bonus instanta. No why you now what you see now you go get. Airtel 6X they last reach 30 days and now for everybody with the Airtel.
So dial star 555 star pin hash to enjoy correct talk because long talk will sweet. Now Airtel 6X cost more.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey, you want to speed drive? Come on, go to the racetrack. You want to smoke? Not on the steering wheel. You want to drink alcohol? Don't do it on wheels. Go to a bar and don't drive afterwards. Seatbelts are not for fancy. They're there to save your life. Know your traffic rules and obey them because they are for your own good. Drive with care because life is dear.
Corruption is a dishonest action that destroys people's trust. Corruption takes many forms and can be interpreted by many people in many ways. It is hard to enter into any sector in Nigeria without observing one corrupt practice or the other. The faces of corruption ranges from political, universities and college, bank sector, the civil service, even the religious bodies. In Nigeria, factors like greed, poor youth empowerment, poverty, unemployment, etc. are said to be responsible for corruption. However, no reason is good enough to be corrupt, because corruption is capable of crippling our economy, raise poverty level, bring about national crisis, as well as poor national development. Stop the embezzlement and misappropriation of public or government funds, bribery, malpractice, man no man, and treat all citizens equally today. A corrupt-free nation is possible. This message is powered by your premium talk radio Today 95.1 FM. the voice of the people.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for.
This is Port Harcourt's number one. Here we go. Your number one talk radio station. 95.1 FM. Today.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now, make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore. As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
Yeah! The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
All right. 13 minutes gone past 4. Right here in the city of Port Harcourt. Welcome to the platform. Yeah, I know. It's been a while, right? 1 hour live presentation of some of those issues making the rounds. Today, it seems to be a very nice Monday. Hope you started the week on a very good note. If you didn't, not to worry, the platform is here to do justice to that. Alright, so welcome to the platform on your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. We are domiciled in Port Harcourt. But hey, you can listen to us from anywhere in the world. All you need to do is log onto our website, todayfmlive.com. Just click the listen live button and voila! You'll be live with me. My name is Emmanuel Maduneme, welcoming you to the platform. Basically, what we do on the platform is we look at some of those stories making the rounds. Take a look into some of those news stories. Try to understand why they are the way they are. Fill the missing links. And most importantly, it is audience participatory. We get to open the phone lines for you to share a thought or two. And of course, that will be when we open the phone lines. So once again, welcome to the platform on radio. Follow us on social media. Go on Facebook, Today 95.1 FM. Like our page, follow the page. All right, so what do we have on the tables today? Attempts by National Assembly to reconvene plenary promises fireworks this week. Police High Command confirms death of 4 officers in ambush by criminal gangs in Kaduna State. Whereabouts of commercial bus driver and 18 passengers traveling from Owerri to Port Harcourt remain unknown 4 days after abduction by gunmen. All right. So as is the custom and tradition right here on the show, I have something for you to listen to. Don't go away.
During a Saturday morning, Ananda Khan, 11 to 12. Somebody, a lady just came around our development in Okudabi here.
Yeah.
And sat down on my front house. Started discussing with my children. People that passing, when they ask her, she will say that she just stand by to wait somebody. Before you know it, then you now send my daughter that about 10 and 11 years out to go and bought Indomie. And when she went out, We're coming back to put Indomie on fire. Then you now pick the little one. My own daughters and my neighbor daughter, the woman that always set outside. I pick them and I pick them and the other 3 of my children and the woman 2 of the children. That Southwood are going to do a death swap now. Roma on the community, the same pipeline is also going to do a death swap. Baby factories have been discovered within that area by IG monitoring team within the period. Roma Honda, a lot of child missing, a lot of missing of individuals have also been mentioned and is on the high increase. Another thing there is the copies. Some of them have used uncompleted buildings in the area to be their hideouts.
Now, that audio captures the reports about the rampant disappearance of children and kidnapping in parts of River State. Last week, we brought you reports of the hijacking of 2 commercial buses, 2 traveling with passengers from Owerri to Port Harcourt. And that's around Ikwere axis of River State, which happens within 24 hours. Yeah, within 24 hours, 2 of them were hijacked. Over the weekend, the people of Okujago community in Port Harcourt City local government area were hit with a wave of abduction of children between the age of 1 and 2. Our correspondent gathered from close source in the community that 6 children have so far gone missing at Okujago in less than 1 month. 1 month, 6 children. Among those, who have lost their children following the strange disappearances is Sandengwani, who narrated his ordeal to our correspondent. Now, our correspondent gathered that 8 children have been reported missing around Rumaholo community in Obiakpo local government area of River State. A senior officer at the Rumokoro Police Division confirmed that several reports of missing children had been received and are being investigated. Well, in the meantime, the police officer advised parents and guardians to, keep close watch on their children. Now, the Strand should also challenge people in authorities at different level to redouble efforts towards ensuring that citizens are duly secured while deviants are made to face the receipt. The truth is, when we hear such a story, you don't really have to wait till the media amplifies it. Of course, I am going to amplify it right here on the show. As long as I'm on radio, I'm going to talk about it because we can't really exist if you can't guarantee the safety of the people in a particular society. I mean, that's according to Abraham Maslow. Safety is key. It's second to hunger. It's second to the desire for sex. Safety is key. It's in the second hierarchy. And in our constitution, the first role of government is to protect lives and property. So when such a story breaks, we don't really have to wait for them to, talk about. Then actions need to be taken. And if you pay attention, you would observe there's some sort of a pattern in this community. A pattern. 8 children and more. If when we talk about these figures, you have to be convinced that it could be more than the figures being reported. You're just being conservative. Anyway, welcome to the show. Now, more on the missing children in Okujago and Rumaholo communities. Listen to this.
I think we have recorded up to it. These things were also perpetrated by keke drivers in the area. And just like when I met the youth leader said we have met with the head of keke union in the area. And they have all agreed that keke people, that they will number the keke that apply in that route. Perhaps if not numbered, they will find a color and paint it in a way to protect the police, so that if any keke person is caught or is caught, the number will be used to track the person down or identify the particular keke that was used in committing the crime. Yes, it happened. It happened for our area, but not particularly the area I'm residing. The evening says that the people are lamenting how this thing will happen, continue happening in this village. My name is Sunday One from Ebonyi State.
Now, there you heard the voice of our source at Rumaholo, who simply identified his name as Innocent. It was confirming that at least 8 children had gone missing in the area in recent time, as well as the suspicion that tricycle operators could be involved in the crime. Now, at Okujago community in Faoga, Sunday Wani continued with the story of the disappearance after a strange woman showed up in the area. So it usually, like I told you, there's always a pattern. The community is chilling. The next minute, someone shows up. Usually an adult, but perhaps might be a lady. But in this case, a lady. Whenever she shows up, a child gets missing. So we are yet to understand, how the police is exactly responding to this, and that's why I'm going to be speaking to our correspondent Uchendo Ijoho to share, details as to what the police are saying at this point, and if at all, the police have actually responded appropriately. But then the phone lines are open. When I'm done with speaking with Uchendo, I'm going to open the phone lines. Uchendo, welcome to the show.
Emmanuel, good evening.
Good evening to you. All right, so the last time we spoke, just a while ago, you were attempting to get in touch with the police authorities. Have you been able to establish that contact?
That has been my challenge since morning to reach the police public relation officer. I went to the command. I understand that they are having a briefing with the commissioner of police this morning and other meetings. So he has not actually paid attention to me. I'm just trying to, but I just left the command now. He said he has assured me he was going to reach me on phone to actually hear from me. So that I'm certain will definitely get before the day dark.
All right, just before we get in touch with him, give us a little picture of these complaints of missing kids. There seems to be a pattern of some sort.
Emmanuel, I can still confirm to you, as an investigative journalist, I just got another report from Omoelu community now. You understand?
Okay.
Community where 2 again has just been reported from a particular family in that place. 2 of their little kids are just missing, been taken away by unknown persons. They are suspecting someone who comes to buy and sell within the community, who they said gave money to the elderly one among the 3 children to go and get something. Before that one could come, you couldn't see the business woman and the 2 younger siblings. So that is they are alleging that that woman may have. But every information they have reported to police, looking for a way to get the woman, no way. But that is not certain. I'm just telling you a fresh report that just came from Omrelu, outside the 2 communities, Rumaholo and Kojago. Kojago is in Faga local government area.
All right.
Where about 6 children have been missing within 1 month. According to our source there, from the audio you played, you see the woman, the man, the Sunday, who just lost his child on Saturday, giving the narrative of how the child got missing. And then It's just unfortunate for me. I couldn't get the record of a man that told me how he also lost his child, who they were preparing for a child dedication within that Okojago. You know, while dressing a child, the mother was busy dressing to get to the church for just to dedicate that child. All of a sudden, they couldn't see that child again. You know, all these reports we have within that Okojago, making it the number of says. And they are actually, people are surprised. According to the man, he said a particular woman came and was sitting around that she was waiting for a friend who was coming to meet her at a particular junction. So she decided to sit by the side of the compound and started playing with the children.
Okay.
You know, all of a sudden, they couldn't see the child again. Then from Roma Hollow, axis of Port Harcourt also, our source there plainly told us that information reaching them from the youth angle is that the Keke people are actually perpetrating this act with some of those the perpetrators, you know. But the means of which they carry out this action and succeed, that we don't actually know whether there are other extra things they use to do this manipulation. That we actually don't know until we get the Rivers State Police Command, who we know will assure us of adequate investigation to know how to arrest these people. I'm sure when they are arrested, they will actually make a revelation on how they have been carrying out their acts. All right.
Uchendu Ejowo, thank you so much for speaking to us on the platform.
Thank you, Manuel.
Oh, well, like I told you, there seems to be a pattern. I mean, children. And these are communities that are somewhat linked, together. Should we be concerned? Of course, we should be concerned. But the issue is, okay. Let's just move on. So, whereabouts of commercial bus driver and 18 passengers. 18 passengers traveling from Owerri to Port Harcourt remain unknown 4 days after abduction by gunmen. Now, you will agree with me, despite the amount of security presence along the road, making people part with some amount of money. Someone who just returned from the US told me that, look, the amount of policemen on the road if you're headed from Port Harcourt to Owerri, is alarming and is suspicious. But despite the oh my word. All right. Two. Okay, let's listen to this.
Like this man, they kidnapped for Imo State. We have never heard anything from them up to now. All the driver, everybody up to now, never hear anything. And things are going around that place where. That particular position, every day robbery. And they're not doing anything about it. This is one of my mottos. They robbed them about last week Monday. They robbed them about 15 vehicles. They robbed. They collect everything from them, and up to now, government are not doing anything. So they should know what to do about this particular place.
The whereabouts of the driver and 18 passengers of a commercial bus that was hijacked by gunmen on the Owerri Port Harcourt road last Friday remain unknown. And another driver who plies that route told our correspondent that the abductors have not made contact with the families of the missing driver and passengers 4 days after the abduction. Our source said at least 15 vehicles were robbed around the boundary communities between Rivers and Imo State last week, and other drivers feel threatened by the rampant attacks by criminal gangs. And they also criticized security operatives, manning the numerous checkpoints along the road for paying more attention to extortion of motorists than the safety of travelers. So, if you are a regular traveler from Port Harcourt to Owerri or the adjoining state, you must have noticed, yes, along that, between Owerri and Port Harcourt Road, it's Well, it's becoming commonplace. This robbery attacks, hijacking of a bus. The last time I heard about the hijacking of a bus, they were able to, intercept those who carried out that attack and, rein them in. But now we're having 18 passengers and the driver. 4 days after, nothing has been heard from them. So my question is, where are they? And what do you make of the children being kidnapped rampantly along these communities?